Okay, BTC just under 110K. There's a couple of signs out there. Are we about to get a massive reversal on a gold BTC chart? Is this what we have been waiting for? So guys, we're going to look at that. The market's a little bit aggressive at the moment. Some of these ultra resistance, we might tee up some breakouts. Maybe we're going to long the top here. Let's get liquidated. Okay, let's go. Remember, guys, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, and hit the subscribe. And I'm very upset with Jeff yesterday. He burnt us twice there after a beautiful last week, and he let us down. But you know what we got today? We've got another animal. Okay, we got the panda. Okay, so panda's going to give us some shit. I actually said to him, are we longing tops? And he actually spat out a few tokens. So we're going to talk to him now. Actually, quickly, if we have to long a top right now, what are we doing? Which one?
𝗬𝗁𝗪𝗏.
𝗬𝗁𝗪𝗏. Okay,
in whatever order.
James, 𝗬𝗁𝗪𝗏 or Brett?
I may have just hit the button on 𝗬.
Okay, wait. Let's fucking go. Let's do this thing. Okay, we're gonna long 𝗬. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on 𝗨𝗶𝗰. Yeah, we're gonna get it out here. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay, so let's tee the day off. Let's tee the day off with some 𝗬𝗁. Okay, well, we're not gonna go 3x. We've got to go a couple more x's than that. Okay, let's go. Let's start at 𝗬𝗁. Let's long the top here. So we're gonna long this one on 𝗨𝗶𝗰. Let's see if we can get a little bit of action. You can see it's a top long, and we're looking at a couple of alts like this, funnily enough, guys, that have got this little inverse head and shoulder situation. Here's virtual as well. Like, are we going to get a breakout, or are we just going to get disappointed, and are they going to come and wreck us? Okay, so we're talking about all of these altcoins, and James, I don't know what shirt this is, bro. This is gray. I mean, what's going on here? That is
much like the mood of the market. It's very gray and yeah, it's not very happy out there, but maybe we'll fix that today.
Well, everyone needs to cheer up. Okay, everyone needs to cheer up, guys. At least we got each other. Okay, we might be getting liquidated some days, but at least we got each other. I mean, how much fun do we have? And remember, when the market changes, fuck me, we're gonna cook. Okay, so hang in there. And I see Paul's already loving 𝗬. Well, let's see if it can love us back a little bit. Now, let's get into BTC. Let's start with that. Let's just see what type of punishment they're giving us at the moment. And so far, so good. Yes, I agree. Jeff was under a lot of pressure, but we're gonna fix it. We'll put him in a pressure cooker, and we might have to get his cousin out, Jeff Rowe or whatever. We'll find them. Okay, so BTC, guys, let's just recap. Where were we yesterday? They dropped it down back into our double bottom. Okay, I wanted that weekend low. They refuse to give me that weekend low. And look, maybe at some point when I stop talking about it, they're going to come and give it to us. But that is what I wanted to see. The dream play for me was sweep the weekend lows, hit the 786 and ping. What did they do? They held BTC higher, but they gave us 786s. They gave us bounces on Hype, Sui, Sol, ETH, basically everything we spoke about yesterday hit those lower bands. Even shitcoin XRP hit the big lower zone, and all these things absolutely ripped. Okay, so nice little play there. BTC didn't listen. The altcoins listened beautifully yesterday, and we had such a nice recovery. Now, what do we do? What is the current game plan? So I gave this to hackers earlier. I told them this was my plan for the day. I want to see a bullish pullback as long as we're holding the 200-day MA at around about this 108K region. And you can see they did dip us back here into that zone, and so far so good. Okay, so we've held that area, and now the play is how do we go, or how high do we go here before they reject us? So zone number 1 is in play again, 110.300. We are here right now. That is our danger zone. Then we've got 111.170. That's a possible short zone here as well, guys. Look out for that one. And then I've got the big one, which is 113 to 114. That whole region, I'm not getting fussy. Somewhere in that zone, we've got VWAP, 50-day MA, 786, and we've obviously got the tops of those candles as well. So these are good zones here for us for possible reversals on BTC. So bulls, all you want to do, you want to hold that 108K for now. If we start grinding, great. If they give us something like this on the altcoins, wow, we're going to get these altcoins popping. If we can get some kind of flag here, we're going to see tons of action on some of these altcoins here. It could get very good later on, and then we're going to see these alts popping through various resistance zones. If they reject us now, remember, 2 or 3 days in a row, we got excited, we got to resistance. What did they do? They sent us back down. So how do you mitigate that? How do you protect yourself a little bit? Remember the rules for me, what I like to do: close some trades at resistance, open some head shorts at these types of zones, and keep 1 or 2 for Hail Mary plays. If they break, double the size, triple the size, get aggressive on those trades, and you use that breakout support as the breakout low as your support. Okay, so that is the game plan here, and that is how we're going to navigate this stuff. Now, let's get into the news. And what is this? AWS. Well, I'm glad AWS is working again. We got to reset this fear and greed quickly. Let's just see the latest 27. Okay, so we're creeping up a little bit. That's a good start. Let's look at our lickies here. James, very quiet day, 340 million. What is this? I mean, we don't even get out of bed for this anymore. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the market is waiting for the big news tomorrow. Remember, we got CPI data coming out tomorrow. They're making an exception in spite of the government being shut down or locked down at the moment. Okay, so looking forward to tomorrow, I guess. Okay, we're going to cover a couple of things here, but this is the current market sentiment. And James was actually telling me offline, like, people are feeling so miserable right now, and you can't blame them. We're getting 4 or 5% moves. Everyone gets a little bit excited, and they come and they rip it back down. And I remember, like, I've been streaming here, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now, and we've seen these scenarios play out so many times. You just get to this max bearish level, and when you really feel like capitulating and giving up, they start firing it up on all cylinders, and everything takes off again. And within 2 days, everyone has forgotten. Okay, but here's an interesting one. Market sentiment. I don't even want alt season for profit. I just want to get my money back. I just want to get back to break even so that I can get rid of these goddamn altcoins for life. I mean, except XRP, which is our favorite. It's our long-term favorite investment. Now, this is the current trading situation. I'll meet with Z, leverage long if you know the right people. I will not meet with Z. Leverage short if you know the right people. I will meet with Z. Leverage long if you know the right people. Okay, so that's basically how it's been playing out the last couple of days. Are you enjoying that, Jane?
Love it. Love it. Someone's making a lot of money here. It's not me, but someone is.
Oh, somebody is. Somebody's cooking. And I love this because I obviously joke about this sometimes. But Tucker Carlson says, I'll never invest in BTC. The CIA created it. I fucking love that. I mean, guys, actually, let me know. Let me know in the chats who created Bitcoin. Just out of interest, let me know in the chats. You could say whatever you want. Let me know. I'm just interested to see who believes what out there at the moment. Panda, who created Bitcoin?
If it wasn't the CIA, then it has to be alien.
Who?
If it's not the CIA, then it's aliens. I just want to.
Aliens. Yeah. I mean, that's possible. James, you created Bitcoin?
The NSA, National Security Administration, 100%.
100%.
Oh my God. No
what
questions
about
asked.
Satoshi Nakamoto's?
They had to. That's a total bullshit. Tucker's right. Whether it was the CIA or the NSA, it was a government agency. They wanted to get all of the free-thinking libertarian styles to go fully digital.
Okay, put your fucking tinfoil. I'm gonna put the tinfoil hat off. Take it off immediately. He was starting to deliver a fucking speech. It's like he's practiced the speech before. It's almost like he's got a note on a notepad on the shit. Okay. I bet he's had this discussion at the dinner table. I bet you. Okay, JP Morgan expects the Fed to end quantitative tightening next week. Okay, this is obviously big news for us, and that means obviously that the fund can start. But now, obviously, it's just an announcement. We're gonna have to see, and obviously, the market could be pricing this in at the moment. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see how that is gonna play out. And Amir says he never thought he'd start agreeing with Tucker. Now, Trump has got an announcement coming in a few hours from now. We don't know what it is at the moment. We're going to have to wait and see what it is. But remember the deal. When Trump comes out, something generally happens. So we're either going to get a pump or we're going to get absolutely rinsed here. Altered resistance, again, it's 50-50 guesswork as to what he's going to come out with here. Just remember, they're at resistance, okay? So just play it accordingly at the moment. And James definitely came prepared. I mean, I swear, it was like a prepared speech. It's like the way it just rolled off his tongue there. Okay, and this is a big one. The Trump administration is currently in talks to take stakes in several quantum computing companies. I mean, this is very smart. Obviously, I think it's a brilliant plan that they're buying stakes in all of these companies and all these things. I don't know why this isn't happening more regularly. I think it's pretty smart that they're getting involved in this stuff. Obviously, quantum computing. I won't ask James what quantum computing will do to Bitcoin, because then he's going to start his monologue again. But but basically, it's called liquidations. Okay, and we'll have to see. But apparently, that's years away. Now, let's talk about the S&P. This thing is still pushing into all-time highs. This is good. So a good recovery candle today. Things are looking a little bit better. Still really overcooked on that oscillator. I don't have much else to add on that one. Then we've got gold, the gold situation. Standard Chartered are now saying sell gold, buy Bitcoin, okay? And they say sell gold, buy Bitcoin rotations could become more frequent. They're hinting, okay? They basically indicating here that it's time. Maybe they're out of some of their gold positions and they've been quietly accumulating some BTC, and maybe it is now time to start sending the big boy. Okay, so here's our current gold situation. Like I said, my plan yesterday is to do my best to hold on to that short, anticipate a lower high, and then maybe add so that we can send it a little bit lower. So that is my current plan on gold. I'm going to try and hold that position. Let's see. Now we're talking about a big rotation, and everyone knows Uncle Run created Bitcoin. That's possible as well. So we're talking about a big rotation here, and the big rotation is obviously the bounce from Bitcoin to gold. Now, this is the Bitcoin versus gold chart. You've probably seen this floating around somewhere, but I thought let me take a proper look at this thing and see what's actually going on. And in terms of what we've done, all we've done is we bounced on some major support. The last time we hit the support was earlier this year, and we had a beautiful rotation back into BTC, and we are back on support. So what do we do at support? We don't say this time is different. We trade support and we trade resistance until it breaks at some point, which it inevitably does. But here we are, we're bouncing off support. So if we get a push to the upside, that means money flows out of gold, money flows into Bitcoin, or Bitcoin just outperforms gold. Okay, so they could both be collapsing, but Bitcoin just might outperform it. And in terms of the 3-day chart, look at this. We've got a beautiful oversold and reversal print here on the 3-day. So this is a very good start for us. Things are starting to look a little bit more exciting here on BTC versus gold. And I think it makes sense. Gold was so overcooked. You heard the stories, the grannies and the queues, James digging up the grave, pulling off the gold rings, doing all these types of things. You heard the top was in already. So there you go. Okay, so that makes sense to us. If we do get that rotation, obviously it will be pleasing. I'm going to use the opportunity to try and build a gold short position. Now, let's take a look at what's going on here on BTCC. These are my two stocks. Palantir from yesterday, a little bit of a cooker. Yes, sir.
Just want to say we need to address this CZ thing because it's all over the chat. CZ has not been pardoned by the Trump administration. That was a fake story put out by the Wall Street Journal. He has not been pardoned. They came out with a correction saying that they're thinking about it. They've been talking about it. Well, we knew that. He has not been pardoned. The coins are still ripping, but it's all through the chat. Oh, he's been pardoned. He's been pardoned.
Short opportunity. That's all I'm saying. Okay, guys, we're looking at Asta. Chill. We're looking at Asta. We're going to cover it. Don't worry. Okay. Netflix in my zone from yesterday. No reason to close just yet. You guys know the exit plan. It's closed today. Probably today. Below this 1,090, 1,100. That will be a close under our 200-day MA. So I'm leaving that for now. Palantir, beautiful, beautiful trade, guys. What an absolute banger. And I just want to remind you, this trade was also in my stock section in the Chart Hackers Discord. Let's just go here. There it is. Bang. Okay. And let's just find my stock section. Where's this thing? There it is. Okay. So there's Palantir. Okay, so I dropped this here. When was this? 10 days ago. Okay, these trades are sitting here. These ideas are sitting here for you guys, and that thing is now played out pretty well. Okay, and I think we're actually going to bank this one. And let's just enjoy the moment. All we did was trade a little pullback onto a VWAP. We kept it very simple. Used some very simple TA, waited very patiently, and got a nice little bounce out of that thing. Okay, so now I just need Netflix to do a couple of things here for me. And gold can pump a little bit higher, and we're going to add to that gold short position. Okay, so that is my game plan there. So Palantir, I'm done. I'm out of that one. Then another one here, Tesla. We had some news on Tesla. The earnings came out, and they hit their record 28 billion in Q3, rising 12% over the last year. So things are looking pretty good here for Tesla at the moment on that front. And in terms of the chart, we saw a sell-off yesterday and didn't go deep enough here into that 236 box that I was looking at. Maybe we get a second opportunity. You know, at some point, I think they are going to come and fill this gap. So I think with Tesla, probably just worth waiting a little bit. You can see possible downtrend here. Maybe they just bring it down. So for me, no rush here. 400, 49, 399, somewhere in that area looks pretty good to me. Okay, for Tesla. Now, oil also in the news, guys. I know I'm covering a lot of stocks and things here, but the oil is obviously a big one. And the entire drop after where oil prices extend 2-day gains to 10% as Trump applies new sanctions on Russia. Okay, so US oil doing its thing at the moment, and generally this will give us some kind of rejection or some kind of short opportunity. And you can also short this with me on, or long it if you want to, on BTCC. You can find it on the platform here as well. Okay, so if you want to have a crack at this one with me, I just want to give you a couple of regions. So as you can see, we are in our first sort of danger area here on oil. This is a horizontal and the 50-day moving average. You can see things are looking nice and strong, but this is a typical danger zone. In terms of short areas that are exciting me a little bit, I'd say 64.24 and I would say 66.8. So I'd like to see just like a final push here, a little bit of euphoria into one of these zones, and then get a nice cool off for a couple of days. So let's see, in terms of rejection zone, 62.2 is a danger zone. I'm just feeling like the momentum here could just push this thing through and look for a spike into one of these two guys, and that could be a nice little short play. And wait, COAI, I forgot about that thing again. Are we doing things on that thing, COAI? And are we getting rinsed on TAO? What's happening?
Not rinsed, but it's not going any further than it did. It just paused.
Okay, we're gonna have a look. We're gonna have a look. Okay, so guys, there's US oil. Anyone wants to trade that? There you go. Talking about BTC again on the 3-day, no real changes. This is the big higher time frame chart I'm tracking here. Big support 106 down to 105. That makes sense to me. If they drop us or they dump us this weekend, for example, 100k to 98k is a high conviction long area. The buyers should be stepping in there if there is pain. Just remember, always zoom out, get your big zones, and take advantage of those. Okay, BTC looking nice and strong at the moment. We'll keep this going. Let's actually set our alarm. Let's get an alarm up here. We want to see the reaction when we get to this 111. Let's see if we pop through that area. Okay, let's get into some of these altcoins. Ben Cowan says, if dominance breaks 60%, it should move up very quickly. Okay, now that's fine if Bitcoin is absolutely ripping. We've seen gold, BTC bouncing. If Bitcoin's ripping, I think we'll be okay. Like, that'll be really nice for us. I think the market rises organically, then everything's okay. Remember the rules. If Bitcoin is flat or falling over and this dominance is pumping, that is going to kill the altcoin. So all you need to do is pay attention to the big rejection zones. And you can see yesterday we had a perfect scenario play out. And I just want to emphasize again, and I dropped this message in Hackers yesterday as well. Very basic TA. Don't overanalyze your life, okay? Look at altcoins dropping onto major support like yesterday. We had BTC dominance pushing into major resistance. Dominance at resistance, alts on support, then you can take on a little bit of risk, okay? And always, when you're feeling your most fearful, when you're the most scared to enter a long position, it's to enter a long position. It's a very counterintuitive thing. It's a frightening thing to do when you first start doing it, but you do get used to it. Okay, so look at this perfect rejection here. We had dominance, BTC dominance, push into our rejection zone that I wanted yesterday, and that unleashed those altcoins off those support levels. Guys, remember, it doesn't have to be complicated stuff. You can keep it really simple here. It's just a mental fight all the time that you got to get through. Okay, that is the hard part. And you could actually listen to Panda doing psychology sessions. He's gone now, but he was here, but he does psychology sessions in the Chart Hackers Discord as well, where we talk about those types of things. Now, USDT dominance is still in our favor. You can see this thing is nice and red. It is dipping down at the moment. So 4.83% is our next danger zone again. You can see that was our danger zone yesterday. And if we drop back into that area again, that is where we could be in trouble. So red is good for us. Green is bad for us on USDT dominance. That could be a bounce zone. Be careful over there. And PMG says, don't overthink, press long, then print. Yeah, I mean, pretty much you got to see trade and then push the buttons. That's really the best way to do it. In fact, probably the dumber you are, the better it is. Okay, you get less emotionally entangled in these things. Okay, Xpin, let's get in our resident top longer. Panda, can you can we just try and short this Xpin, please, bro? Can you check? This thing is absolutely fucked on the overbought side. Okay, look at this thing at the top.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so please, can you go start sniffing around? That's always a good one. Guys, I'm really enjoying this 4-hour RSI what do we call it? 4-hour RSI roulette casino. Basically, I've just made a habit of the last couple of weeks just looking for the pumpers and then trying to catch a short on these things. And we've actually had a pretty good hit rate on this. If you're enjoying it, let me know in the chats if you like this type of thing, and I'll carry on doing it. Okay, like so far, we're having a ton of fun doing it. It's slightly different strategy here. It's a bit fucking crazy, but like, you know, it's working. Okay, so we can keep going and doing these things. So yesterday's one was this 𝗚, and you can see this 𝗚 is still just floating around. So I'm still sitting in a 𝗚 position that was also overcooked yesterday, and using that 338 at the moment. But then we had the big zone higher up, 3.6 and 3.7 we are using to the upside as possible short zones. But again, the best moves are the ones that are overcooked on this RSI heat map that we're watching. So we want to see the ones that are exploding into the top here. Remember soft from 2 days ago, that was an absolute banger. Okay, so Xpin, hopefully Panda's going to come up with a little plan there for us. Now, yesterday I gave you this, and this is just a cool point. Like, everyone's got a different opinion, guys. And this is why, like, you can spend your life debating where Bitcoin or ETH or whatever is going to go next. You can literally do that till you are blue in the face, okay? But half the time, you're probably going to be wrong. And that's just how the shit works, okay? So what I suggest to everybody is play the big zones. Play the resistance, play the support, and you play those areas until it breaks. Otherwise, you're going to get your titties in a tangle, and you're going to look at this yesterday. Oh my God, ETH is going to 0. Then you're going to look at this today and be like, oh my God, 𝗏𝗏, ETH is going to the fucking moon again, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏, you know what I mean, coming in. And like, this is just the thing. Like, so just play good support, play good resistance, and just like get a system going and be consistent with it, and try not to think too far ahead. I mean, like I said before, it actually doesn't matter. Like, if Bitcoin's going to go to 90, like, we'll talk about it on the day when it's going to 90. Like, right now we got support 106. Who cares? You know what I mean? Let's just play these big zones, and we do our best off these areas. Okay, so don't panic. Okay, never get your titties in a tangle. Now, in terms of ETH, we're going to bring Panda up now as well. And I mean, come hang with me, bro. Let's just hang out.
Right here, sir.
Let's go. So you guys have heard me talking about this bull zone that I talk about all the time when there's a little bit of momentum in the market. And today, ETH was just another prime example. Remember, you can keep it really, really simple. And what you're looking at there is simply a VWAP from the local lows, and you're pulling up your 382 and your 0.5. And as long as we kind of holding that, you can have a crack at these things for momentum plays. Okay, so in terms of ETH, what did it do? Yesterday, it drops into our long zone. Okay, there was pressure. There was a lot of pressure here in this area. There were a couple of stop options. The first one was the degen play, which was like 0.5%. The next one was a close below that 3.710 or whatever it was. That was about a 1.3%. And then the next one was incorporating that entire low. Okay, so it was definitely like a mental challenge trying to long ETH there off these zones. If you had low leverage and a smaller size, you would have been totally chilled about it. And then you've got the move. And then the continuation play is in the bull zone, VWAP and your 382 and your 0.5 coming into play. So what do we do now? If you are long ETH at the moment, use that wick low as your main support, 3,800. Okay, use 3,800. If you start closing under there, then you start looking at possibilities that we go much lower. Okay, but right now you've got your VWAP, you've got your 0.5, your 382. So just use that until it starts failing. And then upside targets, guys, I wouldn't get don't get too greedy. But I mean, essentially, you can see all these alts that I'm going to show you now are looking the same. They've got this inverse head and shoulders. There's a possibility that they can break out, and you just really want to be smart about where you get your TPs and things like that. So I would say focus on a 618 and a 786 as possible upside zones. So 3,950 and 4,020. If it goes more than that, obviously enjoy it. You know, enjoy the ride. But right now, that is your degen breakdown. That is your degen setup for ETH at the moment. And I hope some of you guys got some of those positions. Hyperliquid was an absolute cooker yesterday. We're going to cover that one now as well. And just a reminder, all these charts go into the Chart Hackers Discord straight after the show. Now, I've got another great announcement for you guys. All the indicators that you see me using on the show, a lot of them, and plus a couple of extra things are now available, okay, without having to get the entire package, okay? I've called it the Essentials package, and all you need to do if you want a piece of this is you can go into the show description and hopefully it's magically appeared, because it's not here. I'm actually phoning the guy and we're going to phone him live and we're going to ask him where it is. If it's not here, we're going to phone at him. Let's see. There it is. Okay. It's miraculously appeared. Okay. So you can click on charthackersindicators.com. And now here's the deal. Okay. You can access these here. If you're not a member of Chart Hackers, you can get it here. Okay. And your cost is $69 a month if you're not a member of Chart Hackers. If you are a member of Chart Hackers, like I promised you yesterday, you're going to actually get this for $49. Okay. But the only catch is they still doing the dev stuff in the back. Okay. And that link's only going to be available in like 3 hours or like in 12 hours. Okay. So Chart Hackers members, don't buy that one. Okay. I'm going to drop you a link. If you're a Chart Hacker member, you're going to get that for $49 a month. And that includes the oscillator. It includes the order blocks. It includes the orb, a couple of other things. And we're bringing in the trendy. We're bringing in the POC as well for you guys. That's just getting devved at the moment. Okay. But it's all coming in for you guys. So you got to, you essentially have a Hackers Essentials tools. Okay. So a lot of the traders in Hackers use these tools, and now you're going to have a piece of it from everyone, and it's called the Essentials Pack. Okay. So it's coming in for you guys. Please just be patient. They're working very hard in the back for this guy. So if you're not a Chart Hackers member and you like the indicators, there they are. You can get it. Okay, there it is. It's ready to go. If you're in Chart Hackers, just wait till tomorrow. Okay, I'll drop it in my Friday banger for you guys, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it all tomorrow. Okay, so does that excite you? Does that get you out of bed in the morning, sir?
Absolutely. And also setting an alarm at 0.0108 gets me out of the bed in the morning on Xpin.
On what? Oh,
on Xpin.
Like, huh? What are we talking about here?
James,
set an alarm for a possible short.
Yes.
I'm actually using these indicators to grab my short for Xpin.
Okay. Give us your chart quickly. Give us the plan. Let's go.
Well, and by the way, the CZ news has changed. The White House has now come out and said they did pardon him, but that the Wall Street Journal had leaked the information before the White House could release it, and they're really pissed at them. So it is true. He has been fully pardoned.
What the fuck? I don't get it. Okay.
Well, it's because there's an investigation coming up here, and now he'll be cleared from all that over what just happened during the dump. He's free and clear.
Okay, let's get into charts. Let's go. Panda, give me your chart. Let's look for a short. Yep. I like it. This space is weird, eh? This space is so weird. Where's your chart, bro?
So quickly. Yeah, I'm getting that.
𝗵𝗰𝗍𝗏, yeah. I see you guys like my package. I'm glad you like my package. And I swear, I'm prepared to do it, actually, but I'm wearing my 100x long boxes right fucking now. Okay, let's go.
All right. Very, 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 very new chart. Just following simple TA and some of these indicators. Breaking out a POC. Just a quick extension, 138 fib. Setting an alarm at 0.010.8, give or take. Giving it a little bit of a blow off top vibes here. Anything here would be on 3x and nothing more than 3x, because the moves are just stupid. Like we're talking about 90% moves in a span of like 5-6 hours. So got a short here. I'll be laddering in. I kind of just want to see the reaction first here at that level. So I'm going to set an alarm first. I'm not going to set a limit order, and then kind of just observe to see a little bit of weakness. You can tell that right now it's trapping a lot of shorters and longers right now. So yeah, here, and I would be playing this down very easily to the POC, as well as I pulled so many VWAPs on the shorter time frame, and you can tell this area with an order block at 0.008 seems to be like a very big juicy area. So right now you can tell you just wiped out longs, wiped out the short.
Where's my limit order, bro? Just tell me where to buy. Tell me where to sell.
0.010.8.
0.010. 0.010.
Wait, chat, did I not say that like 9 times?
I don't know. I was just waiting for you to be like, this is the zone. Okay, so 0.010.8. Okay, and then I'm not setting an alarm. I'm setting a small limit sell order here. Small limit sell order, so I don't get rinsed. Okay, and let's see if it hits that. Yeah, you know, these things pump so hard and you get 20-30% rejections. Okay, so thank you for your artistry there, sir. I'll remove the when entry tag. So
0.0091 is your TP.
0.0091.
Okay.
I think we can go deeper than that.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to go 30%. We want to send this thing to fucking zero.
Send it to that VWAP then. There we go. That's a 26% move.
Okay. So, guys, we ready? There we go. That is locked in. Okay, now we're going to get Panda. When he's ready, he's going to give us a couple of other things. What I want to cover for you guys here today is I've got Aster. I've got Hyperliquid. It's important. I've got Sol. It's important. I've got Sui. Zcash. There might be a trade a little bit lower down. ENA, Pump, 𝗬𝗏 we'll look at in detail. And then obviously whatever Panda has, he's got some injector floating around. He's got a couple of things here. So quite excited. And we have TikTok brain rot. Need when entry. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Hey, it's the brain rot from watching the shorts and things all the time. And I'm not talking about shorts. Okay, so here's the current VX situation. I've still got this Bitcoin long. I've got Sui. I've got the Bitcoin short. I've got XRP short. I told you I'm not closing that until they come and take me out. Pump could be a pumper. I've been playing around with that, but I've actually cut the position in half now. I was getting quite aggressive earlier, and we weren't getting that breakout. So I have cut a little bit of that. ENA, that was the one I gave you guys yesterday. I've been adding to that one. Nice little banger. And then we've got Virtual, longing the top of Virtual here. Hype, this is a new scalp. So I've closed my hype from the lows. We hit resistance, closed that one. I'm going to talk about that now at resistance. And then I've got a Sui hedge short running here. And we at resistance. I'm going to explain why. And I've got Zcash in case it bleeds a little bit lower down. Okay, so that is what I've got cooking here. Let's go into, let's start with Sol and let's see what's going on. Okay, so Solana, what does it do yesterday? Drops into our 786. So remember, BTC front ran that area, but we had BTC dominance at resistance and we had altcoins like Solana at the 786 zone. Look at this area. 178, 179 was the big zone, and we did have our backup on our 200-day moving average. Okay, so lots of pressure here. And remember what I said before, guys, these 786s, they create these like extra squeezes for you guys, because by the time it loses 618, everyone gets so bearish. The shorts start opening, people start giving up, they start shorting, thinking it's going lower, and the 786 always gives some kind of nice bounce. Okay, so that is why we love that one so much. So 178, 179 was our support. And now what do you do for Sol? Well, here's your good short zone. Okay, it literally says here, could be a good short zone. And we've had a rejection in this area. Okay, we've already had a pump into that zone, tiny dump, okay, 2.5%. But in terms of a rejection zone for Sol, if you long, that's like a good TP area. This is a zone that says, okay, like maybe take something off the table here, because there's a possibility that if they give you what they gave us yesterday, they send you all the way back down and you give up all those gains again. Okay, so again, you're in control of your buttons. What I can do is tell you the danger zones. That is a danger zone. You can see it's reacting. So anybody long Sol, be careful over there. Now, if you are still bullish on Sol and you believe Donald's going to say something nice later, CPI news is going to be really good tomorrow, then you can possibly try and play Sol off the bull zone here, 186.5 to 184.6. Okay, this is our bull zone over here, and that holds the VWAP. You can see our VWAP coming up here. We got nice horizontals, so this could be a little banger for you guys. So if we get a little dip now in the market, that is what you're looking at for Sol. 186 to 184, that makes a lot of sense to me in that area. Quantum says hype listed on Robinhood. Isn't that old news? Wasn't it listed like ages ago? Okay, well, we're going to find out now, because Legend of E, yeah, hype is at resistance, guys. Okay, we're going to look at it now. Chill, we're looking at it now. Okay, so Sol, there's your rejection zone. Look for some kind of dip here. It's possible that it falls over right here. Our 1 hour is reversing slightly here, so just pay attention. If it does carry on pushing higher, where's your next plan? What are you doing next if it does go a little bit higher? I would say your most obvious zone is going to be the 100-day MA and these horizontals. So look for that. Bang. Into 198, 199 on Sol. Okay, so just remember TP there, TP up there. These are both danger zones there for you on Solana. Now let's talk Hyperliquid quickly. This was the big news, I think, that seemed to pump everything. They filed with the SEC to raise $1 billion through 160 million share offering, with part of the proceeds to be used for potential hype token purchases. I love the way they say potential. You first they're going to buy the cars and the houses. Okay, so anyway, potential purchases, yeah, and that is why hype. That is why hype did so nicely. Okay, so here's the plan that I gave hackers earlier. So yesterday was obviously the long zone. Okay, we had this beautiful second dip into that area. We actually lost our first level, dropped into that lower zone, and it was a 786 springboard there on hype. Okay, then we pump into resistance, and all of a sudden we get to a point where we ask ourselves the bull questions. Okay, and the bull questions are, we at resistance now. Is there going to be a squeeze, or is this going to continue? If so, are they going to come back when they dip it, and are they going to hold these levels, and are the bulls going to step in? Okay, and it's the eternal question, okay, that we ask ourselves when you get to resistance. So in terms of how I played this, I closed my main hype trade in full, and then I started trying to scalp a next play. Now, the next play was, the plan that I gave to hackers was two options. One of them was a dip back into that region for the pump, and then something along these lines, which seems to be playing out at the moment. Or alternatively, it was just because early blowout and then some kind of move back to the upside. Okay, so I'm trying to scalp this thing now based on this news and whatever. Let's see if there is momentum. It can potentially go a little bit higher, and you can mark these zones out pretty easily. Look at that. There's one up there, 43.6. So what you need to do is you just need to make sure it's holding your bullish support area. So in terms of what we can see here, you can see we've got a 236, which is your ultimate degen bounce zone there, 39.27. And then a little bit lower down, we've got our 382 and our VWAP in that zone. Okay, so in terms of bull zones here, that makes sense to me for hype. It's anything in those two areas. So if it's going to maintain this bullish momentum, you're just looking at something along those lines, 39.27 and 38.35. These are the levels you want to see it hold. If it starts closing under these zones, then we potentially just tracking all the way back down. Okay, and that obviously opens you up to a possible short opportunity if you want to short this as a potential fake out. So I actually gave in the chart hackers this morning, I gave them two options. I gave you a bull case, I gave you a bear case here, I gave you the whole plan, and this is what it's all about here in hackers. Like, I've got a channel here dropping just my thoughts and trade setups here every single day, dropping ideas. I'm doing market updates, things like that. We're doing long term. I'm doing stocks as well here for you guys, and obviously the beloved when entry, okay, which I'm very proud of at the moment. I see we didn't get our entry on Zcash. They just absolutely shat the bed. Okay, so that is what's going on there in the hackers Discord, and obviously we got a team of 8 traders in there. Okay, so there's a lot more happening there, and when this guy's name is when entry. I love this.
You're starting a movement. You're starting a movement, man.
I fucking love that. And last one, and then I want to talk to Panda. Ted Pillow says, if you bought Asta on Binance, thanks for playing. Kind regards, CZ. I mean, look at this weekly chart. It's a little bit fucked. Okay, so yeah, I mean, let's talk Asta. Didn't get this one. Okay, a little bit upset, but I hope there are a few of you that got a piece of this one yesterday. Okay, so it happened when I wasn't looking. Okay, so there we go. It happened at 10 o'clock last night for me. Dropped into the zone. Look at that, 93 there on the button. Okay, and off she goes. So in terms of the move, like, it's a decent sized move here. 18% pump on Asta. Is there more in the tank? Well, guys, this chart looks like very much like all the other alts, in the sense that there could be a squeezy little thing brewing over here. Look at that. Okay, we've got our horizontals in play, and there is potentially a little bit more upside. All I can say is, guys, if you got the bottom here and you are 18% up, like, take some profits here, maybe TP, just be careful in that zone. Okay, I like, for me, that trade kind of would be over now, unless obviously Panda gets his teeth into that, because he might say in our chat group, it's looking cute. Who wants to get cute? Okay, so guys, just calm your farms with Asta for me, unless you want to get cute with Panda. Okay, bro, let's see what you got. Give us some trades, bro. Give us some things.
All right. Actually, speaking of trending downwards, I'm sorry if I disrespect anyone, because I'm gonna zoom out to the daily time frame on some of these tokens. So yeah, do you have my?
Does this mean I have to get the when entry button out?
No. I'm gonna keep it very short and simple. I got a couple of longer time frames, and I got a couple of breakouts.
Okay.
I talked about it multiple times.
Bro. Okay.
Fetch, I'm not giving up on this. I talked about this multiple times on your show. All I'm saying is the daily and the 3-day are printing massive oversold, and cash flow is starting to turn to the upside a little bit. So I'm still hanging around the entry 0.242. I repeat, the entry is 0.242. Pause.
Are you sure about
Laddering down 3x, nothing more than 3x to 5x.
It's like this fetch though, bro. I mean, isn't it time to like
Laddering
stop
down to
giving
zero
up
on this one.
I'm not giving up on this. I'm not gonna give up on that dark horse bounce. It's gonna be 60%, and then exit.
I tend to agree that this thing is gonna have a horrible squeeze for all the bears. They are gonna get fucked at some point. It's
Look
just
at this. This is a
yeah.
Friday.
Okay, so when entry? Did you give the entry?
Look at the weekly. 0.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you.
4, 2.
Okay, so we'll
Laddering
make sure this. Oh, there we go. This is looking better. Like, yeah, we got to drive it into like. Eventually, we're going to get into like 𝗏𝗏 levels. Okay, like
There
where
we
we
go.
get like
The 2
the
hour.
1 minute charts. Let's see.
Okay, so it's a very wide stop, 0.242. 3 orders, even 4 orders down to 0.222. I repeat, 0.222.
I even took it away, bro. Okay, so I took off the win entry.
I'll
Okay,
give
so
this a 4-hour close, definitely under 0.222 before you
I think we need to have a side bet thing as well, where it's like we should be able to like bet on like who's going to go to zero on what trade.
I would ride this to 0.
I
would
think
ride
there's a squeeze coming, but yeah, I mean, I don't know when, I don't know how, but you know, everyone's trying to short this thing. Okay,
Because when
so
it
you
hits
got
0,
fetch.
it's only
What else you got here? Optimism, that could be cool.
Yeah. And the reasoning behind these tokens is because the rotation that everyone's starting to talk about. Everything is going to rotate to Dino coins, L1s, and then you're going to get your garbage casino coins. But again, same outlook as fetch. 3-day oversold, printing, cash flow starting to decrease and turn to the upside. Same thing on the daily. Your entry will be 0.413.
You really went from me. I can't even hit my fucking timer anymore.
Losses. Decrease your leverage down to 0.391. Again, give it a 4-hour close under. I've been sitting in this for a week now. I'm just gonna let this rot. Gonna let it do its thing.
How big is the stop? What is the percentage? Like, how deep is this?
5%.
Okay.
But then we're laddering in, so we're averaging it out. So it should be fine. And then as long as it's respecting this trend on like the shorter time frame, it's starting to have this like rising trend. So a pullback into the entry is fine as long as it's holding. We lose this and we start closing 4-hour under these lows. That's when it will start to trim. And again, we're just gonna ride this. I'm being very conservative. We're just riding this, hopefully 30%, and that would be a conservative dead cat bounce. So that's why it's a win-win in terms of upside.
Okay,
so
and you guys, you got your exit plan. You know what to do. Like sometimes you got to be patient sitting in these trades. Sometimes it just takes time for them to play out. I'm sure you guys have seen. Sometimes I sit in trades for absolute ages here. Please tell me Brett's coming back to life. Please tell me there's something happening.
Yeah, I mean, look, these FIPs, take it with a grain of salt because I am pulling them from the bottom of these wicks, but from chart to chart, obviously they change. But I'm seeing a lot of tokens are printing super bullish divergences and reversals on the 4-hour, the 6-hour, the 8-hour. Bread is no different, and they're just hanging around this 382. So it tells me that Bitcoin is holding, dominance is pushing and rejecting. We're getting that head and shoulder on the 2-hour. So if there's a relief, Brett is about 5% from its local lows. So I was looking at something like this. If we're going to take it down to a 15-minute level, this would make sense to me, a setup like this. Oops. Given that the 4-hour, the 6-hour are printing reversals, any pullbacks back, which is easy, 2%, 3% is nothing, with a very easy invalidation here, down to, let me put the markers up here, 0.0247. 0.0247, and then I'll be monitoring this, or I would give it a 1-hour close at 0.0243. And this is something where we can be playing, the spaceman levels, even something as little as the weekly open. That's an 8 to 10% move. but I'll be targeting 0.0283 if we're getting some sort of relief and some sort of volatility to the upside, leading to the.
So you're waiting for a dip. How big is this dip here into Brett's box?
2.5%. Like,
Okay.
I mean, if you're, I can monitor this on the 5 minute, and if you're on some charts and I see a pop coming in, I can call that. But this is very, very, very soon, if anything. Like by the time prepping.
So 2%, it'll pull back there. You've got your bull marker. Okay, that's cool. I'd like a bit of Brett. I haven't looked at that in a while, actually. I feel like I need like Bonk in my life. I feel like I need Peppy. I feel like I need Brett, but like I almost like even virtual. Like that's why I looked at it today. I was like, fuck, I haven't looked at this thing properly in a while. It feels like when the market just collapses like that, you kind of just forget about these things. And it's when the ones we forget about are the ones we should actually be trying to build something on, because when the market wakes up, they catch up like really quickly. So we actually need to focus a little bit on those guys. Guys, just touching on 𝗬𝗰 here quickly. Just an update from yesterday. We pretty much got what we wanted. We got the double bottom. Like, interestingly, again, we got a double bottom on Bitcoin. We got a double bottom on 𝗬𝗰. Look at that, on the 786. And also, like, I mean, it wasn't an absolute rocket ship like some of these others, but 6%, nice little bounce. Now, we got the same dilemma as yesterday. Yesterday, we had a 6% move over there, and they came back and they absolutely rinsed us. So that is why you can see I'm sitting in a 𝗬𝗰 head short now as well. I've closed a couple of these longs at resistance zones. I think yesterday was an unnecessary round trip, and don't want to do it again. Now, if there is a little bit more momentum, we can start adding and growing positions again. But right now, this is the danger zone. Okay, you can see that this VWAP coming into play here, and this region here of 2.46. If we flip that into support, then things can get a little bit more interesting. Okay, so let's flip that into support. Then we're looking at 2.51, 2.55. Right now, no fresh trade unless it's a short for me on 𝗬𝗰, okay, at these levels. Let's talk Zcash. This is an interesting one. So we covered this yesterday. And the signs were there. The 2 hour was giving us some quite bearish vibes over here. Look at that. We had our head and shoulders printing. Then what happened was they dropped, and we zoomed in on the right shoulder, and the right shoulder had a head and shoulders in the right shoulder. Okay, so they were really telling us that this hype, that the Zcash wanted to start falling over. Okay, so what I wanted to see in a perfect world was a short-term pump and then the dump to the downside. They just went straight down. Okay, so what we've got now is the possibility of a total exhaustion long on the Zcash. Okay, and that is going to be down at 216 down to 209. Okay, that is the big one for me. This is a 786. This is a big region here for me in terms of horizontal supports as well. Look at that, bang, down there. So 213.5 is the 786, and I'm loving this little grouping over here. This little support there makes a lot of sense to me if we do collapse here on the Zcash. Now, it feels like if the rest of the market rips, Zcash could just continue to bleed a little bit, and they'll come and take out all the gains all the way back to Sunday. Okay, so that was quite a big move they had last week. And I mean, what did they pump? 45%, and they're busy taking that all away. Okay, so hopefully we're going to get some kind of bounce. And Kijo's dad likes Pengu. Yes, I mean, there's so many we need to look at. ENA, guys, let's talk about this. This thing stopped me twice this week. I was scalping that 200-day MA here to the upside. 2 scalps here, got stopped there, and then we finally nailed this bounce yesterday. Okay, so this was an absolute banger now. And back at 200-day resistance, and again, trader's dilemma. Panda, what's the trader's dilemma, bro? What is the trader's dilemma?
Do you add? Do you flip? Do you reverse? Do you quit? Or do you just get liquidated?
Fuck. I mean, here we are again. I've been adding to this ENA. So I closed hype earlier. That was a big one. So I've got the hype scalp left here. Here's ENA. Okay, started small off that zone yesterday, and I've got it into a reasonable size. So if it does explode through this 200-day MA, where's this thing? Where's this thing gone? Oh, there. So if it does explode through this 200-day MA, we're in business here. But you know, is this third time? Am I making a mistake? James, don't tell me to close half. Then you're not allowed to speak. What should I do here?
Hold it, because I'm holding mine.
This time is different.
Oh my God, is this time different?
Until
Oh,
3 o'clock today. Yeah, 2.5 hours from now, boom, dead.
Okay, so guys, here's the message. Anyone that you've been in these trades, okay, we've seen it. We've caught beautiful bounces once or twice already this week, beautiful pumps into resistance, and now we're faced with the same situation. So if you want to feel safer about it, close the trade. Otherwise, take some profits, open some head shorts in case they drop it down, and you can possibly look for some bullish pullbacks. But right now, a lot of alts sitting in rejection zones, possible shorts again. Okay, so if Trump comes out ugly, we can go back down pretty quickly. Okay, so there's no actual difference at the moment to ENA, sitting where it was a couple of days ago versus where it is now. Okay, maybe the one advantage is we consolidating a little bit. Maybe there's something happening here. Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice here. We'll have a go on that one. Let's talk pump as well. Been grinding this one. Look at that, 786, guys. How many Panda, come back, bro. Don't run away. Why did these guys disappear? 786 for pump. Okay, where have we seen that? Pretty much every altcoin put under pressure hits the 786, the ultimate bear zone for the bounce. And again, guys, such simple TA for you here, a 786 bounce in that zone. Okay, now what do we do with pump? Well, we at resistance again, so this looks very much like ENA, and you have the same question: is this a possible rejection? What happened last time? So taking a look here, you can see last time we printed our reversal print over there, and then it did roll over. What's happening here today so far? We've got our first reversal print, and they are trying to grind it. So potentially there's going to be one more push on this thing, and they're going to print that bearish divergence here. You can see that is just around the corner. So maybe something along these lines on pump could be playing out in the next hour or two for this pump. So levels to be careful at. It's right here where we are. Then you've got 387 possible rejection, and then this is quite a big rejection zone, this 399. Look out here. If you are still sitting in pump at 399, be super careful. Undercarriage 786 in play. Let's see if we got some order blocks. No order blocks there, but you can see we're sitting in one right now. Okay, danger. Okay, so rejection zones, there they are. We'll put that in the chart hackers for you guys. Let's talk virtual. Are we squeezing, Panda, or are they just going to kill us? What's your view on this?
I was looking at virtual and AXBT and AX16Z. I think there's something cooking here on virtual. This is like I would be zooming in on the 15 and the 5 right now, to be honest with you.
James, please bring that comment up again from Yusuf. Bro, just need to 2x my account. Possible if I join your group. Yusuf, this is how it works, okay? I've got an amazing trading team in there, and I'm in there as well, okay? And we're going to drop you setups, we're going to drop you trades, we're going to do all these things. Your job is not to do dumb shit, okay? But what I could say to you is, if you consistently follow the approaches and the plans of the team in there, and you don't trade the noise in between, and you stick to discipline, and you take profits in good areas, the answer to your question is you will do more than 2x of your account. Okay, we just had a guy here the other day. He turned $50 into $10,000. I shit you not. And in fact, maybe I must just pull this up quickly to show you guys. Okay, so let's just find this video. It's actually worth watching. Let me just find this thing. There he is. I'm just going to make sure that you guys will hear the sound on this guy. Okay, now let's see if we can play this video.
Wanted to say thank you and talk to everyone else in this group chat, because I've been attempting to leverage trade for like 3 years now. So I lost $10,000 last week, and with my last 50, using what you guys have taught me, I buckled down that I'm not going to take this shit. So like marked up key levels on institutional backed coins, and in 3 days I turned $57 US into $10,000 US.
Fuck me.
What?
Okay, there you go. You get the message. Okay, fuck me. Okay, so just don't do dumb shit. Okay, that's all you need to do. You just need to have a system. And what I suggest is, if you have a system, you follow it, and you be consistent with what you are doing. Okay, if you this time is different yourself every time, you fucked. Okay, then you got no plan. Like for me, you see, I play these hot zones consistently, long on support, short at resistance. Sometimes you get wrecked, sometimes you get liquidated, other times you do it consistently, you're going to come out on top. I'm telling you. Okay, so just don't do dumb shit and you'll be fine. Okay, and yes, your portfolio is not too small to join. We teach the arts of, or the dark arts of extreme leverage trading in there as well, where you literally only need a few dollars to get going. Okay, so yeah, guys, it's up to you. You're in control of your buttons. We tell you what we do. We're gonna give you setups. Like at the end of the day, you're in control. You know, you got to control your compulsions or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so virtual panda's trying to dig into lower time frame. I'm essentially literally longing the top at the moment on virtual, looking for some kind of pop there. You can see it's not doing much at the moment. It's relatively flat. So looking for this thing to start grinding. What is a safe plan here for anyone else who wants to do dumb shit with me? And I'm not talking about the type of dumb shit that I was mentioning just now about doing dumb shit. This is the Lord's dumb shit. Okay, now let me explain. The Lord's dumb shit has a little bit of strategy behind it.
This is the smart dumb shit, not the dumb shit.
Let's just clear this up. Like this is like the smart dumb shit. Okay, now let me teach you how to get liquidated safely. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, so the strategy is, okay, because this is what happens. Like when the market pumps, everybody comes out of their caves and they all of a sudden start looking for longs, and people start longing the top. Okay, and this is across the board, all over crypto, even in the stock market. This is what people do. So when the market's bearish, they know where to be found. They don't show up to watch the shows. They don't do the work. The market goes green. They arrive, say, give me trades. Let's long the top. Okay, and then they get upset when they get wrecked. And it's the same principle every single time. So what I can give you is a safe way to do dumb shit. And I've got a simple breakout strategy, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you at least have definitive exit plans, and then you can give yourself definitive targets. And if you stick to those areas and you be consistent on that, then you should be okay, and you should be relatively safer. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, you bang out your local VWAP. This is the 30-minute chart on virtual. So you go to the low, you bang out your VWAP. You can see immediately on its own that VWAP is acting as support. Okay, so we can tick that box. Okay, cool. If I only longed off that VWAP today once, I'd be in the money. Okay, so there's your first guide, but you know what I like to do. I want to find multiple points of confluence. I need a few reasons on an area to tell me, like, hang on, it's okay to maybe look for a long here. If you only have a fib, or you only have an order block, or you only have a horizontal, or you only have whatever you're using, like, it's not enough. You want to see 3 or 4 reasons to enter a position on various time frames. Okay, so you can then start earmarking these areas as your main support zones. Okay, so you're going to use this as your bullish support area, and you're going to track that zone until it's lost. So at some point, they might drop the price, and then you might be looking for a bounce in that area again. So you might see something like this again, bang, and you're looking for longs over there. If you start closing below a region like that, that is generally where I start exiting, okay, because things start turning a little bit more bearish. Okay, so you're looking at these types of areas. That is typically the bull zone. So this one is 755 down to, say, 744 in this area. So using that structure, then you know where to exit, where to add to a long, and that was pretty much the basis of that hype trade that I gave earlier today in Chart Hackers. It's the exact same principle. Okay, and you'll learn about some of that stuff over there. Okay, so like for me, if virtual falls over, cool, I must take the medicine. Why must I take the medicine? Because I'm here longing the top, and if you're longing the top, you need to understand, like, there's risk involved. If you want to come and play breakouts all day, you're going to get it right some days, but on multiple other days, you're going to get absolutely rinsed. So if you want to play it, have a strategy, have an exit plan, understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and at least give yourself a reason. Okay, and you can't get liquidated by pushing the like button. Do you agree?
Very true.
Agree. So what's our exit on 𝗬𝗏 here? Because it's not
fuck, are we getting wrecked here? No, man. This is against the rules. Okay,
against the rules.
Let's go. We go low time frame. Okay, let's see. This is what we do. Okay, so just a quick picture here for you guys. Okay, here's 𝗬𝗏, and let's just zoom out. Here's the 8 hour 786 fib. You can see nice rocket ship off there. Where have you seen that? Multiple other alts yesterday under pressure. 𝗬𝗏's obviously one of the big performers today, a lot of momentum. Let's see, is there going to be continuation? Okay, so what you can do is you can track these VWAPs. So again, you just go through the exact same principle. You go through the same process every single time. You can bang out your VWAPs over there, bang, and look at the previous one over there. You can see it acted as support. Previously, look at that. This was our VWAP support here, and then they've lost it. Okay, rejection. Now we're pushing up. So now we simply want to use that. So if we start losing that region, for me, 379, that's pretty much your exit play. Okay, so especially if you're trying to do degen things. So let's look for some confluence there. There's our 0.5, and that's pretty much the extreme of our bull zone over there that we want to track. So 382 down to 379, and that's how you play it. And if you want along the top of things, that's your strategy, like for me. And that could get you out of jail potentially. That could give you a bounce. If it starts losing it, take your medicine and crack on. And Tower Pump was good for me, says Iman. No, he's a very short time frame trader. Speaking of, geez, we're running out of time here. Hackers, very important. Banter Royale is going live tomorrow again. You guys remember the Banter Royale from 2 weeks ago? There was a prize. It was me, DJ Dave, Sheldon, and Dupes. We were trading against each other. Now, DJ Dave won that scalping match. And what's happened now is he's now the defending champion. So what's happened is there's a trader being selected from Chart Hackers Discord. There's a trader from the Front Runners Discord, and there's a trader from Sniper Club, and they're coming to trade against DJ and Dave in the Banter Royale tomorrow. And the lucky trader, or maybe not so lucky trader, because she's made a bit of a name for herself, is 𝗏 from the Chart Hackers Discord. And I actually thought, like, who's the filthiest degen trading 1 minute time frames that I can think of that can maybe try and take DJ and Dave on? Because you got a lot to do there if you're going to try and take on DJ and Dave. So I thought, let's give 𝗏 a shot. There she is. And she's going to be trading the Banter Royale with DJ and Dave tomorrow. Yes, sir.
What time is this tomorrow? People are asking in the chat.
I believe it's an hour or so before Run's normal show time, I believe. But we'll confirm, guys. We'll confirm on X. Okay. We'll confirm on YouTube. It will be on the Banter main channel, obviously. So look out there. And _, you must be absolutely shitting in your pants.
Good luck,
so
_.
Good luck.
I hope you win that shit. Good luck.
_, yeah, just enjoy the experience. That's what I want to say. Like it's quite a unique thing for the first time coming out, thinking you're going to be okay, and suddenly you got 10-15,000 eyes on you while you're taking some trades. It's quite a unique experience. Okay, I must tell you that. So _, good luck. Yeah, you might need some Imodium or something, I don't know.
Some Diamond Balls undies, something like that.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Guys, yeah, we're going to cut it there. I think you know the drill. Just be careful. Track your VWAPs, track your VWAPs, your 382s, your 0.5s. Those are your bull zones, okay? Alt sitting at resistance zones. You know the drill. If there's a dip, you got entries from Panda. You got a couple of bounce plays there from me as well. I think you guys are well equipped to get through the next 24 hours leading into the CPI data. Okay. Panda, anything you would like to say to the folks?
Just on the breakouts, yeah, you can play breakouts. The market is volatile. Just understand that breakout trades are complementary to your overall strategy. So you shouldn't be playing 9 breakout trades. You know what I mean? Just one or two, and keep it simple. Agree.
Nothing wrong with the odd breakout. Just be acknowledge to yourself that you're taking on some extra risk. Okay, James, anything you want to say?
Careful with CPI tomorrow and Trump this afternoon. Oof, good luck, everyone. Good luck.
I mean, he's really getting deep now, and I'm quite impressed. He pulled out that whole speech, guys. We might actually hear it again. We might actually hear it again soon.
He was ready.
He was ready to unload there. Okay.
I've done lots of contemplating on this. Yeah.
Okay. Later. Guys, always fun, hey? See you. You know what I'm doing now? I'm actually going to go. I'm supposed to be going to get a little bit intoxicated with old Sheldon just now. So we might have some fun. I must actually phone him and see if he's still available. Let's go.